Fred Reiss is a Pulitzer Prize nominated journalist. He's a National PEN Award-winning author. He's a veteran of 12 years of stand-up comedy, including appearances on national television. And he's here to deliver the Hero of Hope address today. He also has a book called Today Cancer, Tomorrow the World that he has on site here with proceeds, some of the proceeds going towards the, of course, Cancer Society. Please welcome Fred Reiss.
Thank you. How about a hand for Laurie Roberts? And that Star Spangled Banner, that was powerful, huh? I mean, if she sang that, I wouldn't have needed chemo. So by applause, just I know, okay, caregivers, applause. Okay. Cancer survivors, applause better be louder. And how many people, if they're from Boulder Creek, thought Relay for Life was a place to get jumper cables to start their truck? Just want to read that out quickly. I basically I've had cancer twice. I thought that when I was growing up I'd go to Stanford, but I didn't think it would be for chemo and radiation. And the thing is that, thank you, there's a man with kilts who has tattoos every time he's had cleared. Another birthday. Although I think he was still here for the jumper cables. But I've had testicular cancer twice, so I've lost both testicles to cancer, which makes me officially a registered Democrat. But the one thing, well, it's right, I had chemo brain too, so that made me almost think I was a Republican, so I'll even it out. But, the thing is, with cancer, it's like, people always go through, you see people in Santa Cruz, they're walking on coals and stuff, and they're talking about, every second of life to appreciate, and I go like, if there's one thing that's the ultimate Zen master, it's cancer. Because it's a word that kind of means a blessing and a curse, but at the same time, it's a huge blessing. Because, if they say life is a dream, then death is a wake-up call, right? And because cancer's as real as it gets. And then when you get hammered by it, it's so tough, because it's like you're walking around, you're bouncing out, you feel good, then all of a sudden you're standing there, and you're just reduced to all these chemicals. And I remember how devastated I was when I first went into chemo just to see the people, and I was kind of depressed about it. But then I started to remember, I said, I need something. And of all things, actually, I actually rented the film Rocky. And it wasn't because Rocky wins the fight. What I liked is at the start of the film, right, the guy, Apollo Creed, thinks Rocky's not going to put up a fight. And early in the round, Rocky delivers an uppercut that says, this is a fight. And I watched that over and over again, that first punch. I watched that maybe 20 or 30 times. I said, you know what? From this moment on, every second of every minute of every hour of every day of my life, I have to be that punch for cancer. Woo! Because when you have to do that every moment there, and the toughest thing is dealing with oncologists, right? Because they have absolutely no people skills, and they reduce you, and you have to remember who you are. Because my motto dealing with oncologists is to go, hey, wait a minute. You chose to be an oncologist. I didn't choose to have cancer, so I outrank you. Right? And I don't know why they call them oncologists anyway. After you do the test, you don't hear from them. They should be called no-collegists. And they're shocked by that, because, it's like that's every day you need those statistics, being a cancer survivor is a great thing, but the thing is what you learn from having cancer, you don't just think of yourself, because once the attitude you have to have, or I found I had, is when I walked in, first of all, I was never going to wear one of those knit caps. I hated that. The knit cap thing, they walk in and I figure if I'm going to wear that knit cap, I might start to think rap music is good. What goes with that? You're going to think drawstring pants are bling? So I'm not going in, I'm wearing a nice hat. And I dressed up. When I walked into infusion, I stood there and I looked at them and they said, and I asked them how they were. And I bought donuts for the nurses. And they said, how are you? And I said, I feel great because this is the best place for me to be. This is the only place for me to be. And people will say, choosing chemo or other types of therapy is a choice. And they're like, no, that's not a choice. Vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry is a choice. Deciding to fight for your life is a decision. And then people look and they'll say, oh, you're just so passive in chemo. You just sit there and go, no, no, no. There's nothing passive about fighting for your life. That is the most powerful thing any person could do. And so when people see you, it's the way I looked at it. You walk around, I had my head shaved, I was weak, I lost 30 pounds, I was shuffling, I had neuropathy from nerve stuff. And some people, they look at you like they feel sorry for you. I say, I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want pity. I want hello eyes. I'm going to stay around. I'm not going anywhere. But I said, you're not seeing me. The person that's bald, the person that's weak, the person that's thin, that's what I'm doing to cancer. That's not what it's doing to me.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing you learn, and this is a great representation of this, what I figured it's like the only thing you could do, because you can't cure yourself, all you have is the power of your life. Cancer does not have parents. Cancer does not have love. Cancer does not have friends. So you have to multiply and divide faster than that disease, and you bring your life in there. So every moment you come in there, you're going to let it know that you're bigger than it, that it can't take you down, because it has nothing. It has nothing. So I always clung to that. The music I loved, the people I cared for, the movies I liked, I took every hero in there. But I divided myself into each year of my life and thought those people are coming in with me. So I was walking in like a million-man march. Who was I at 3? Who was I at 20? Who were my friends? We're all going in there and taking it. But the thing you learn the most, I think this is a great example of it, is that I never heard anyone who is struggling with cancer complain about their situation. They always try to alleviate somebody else's pain. Right? They always go over and say, well, this is what worked for me. I was able to eat popsicles, or somebody made me marijuana butter cookies, which are really good, by the way. And I still eat them just because, recurrence, I want to avoid that. And it's just my thing. And somebody will sell them in Santa Cruz soon. But, it's like, the one thing you learn is that it's not just about you. And that that's what most people learn when they come out of it. And it's more like, instead of letting cancer define us, basically cancer is an aspect of ourselves. That's all. It shouldn't be, you can't let the war define you. The thing that everyone's carrying here that's so positive is it's the spirit that got you through cancer. It's the spirit that enabled you to fight it. But you're not giving cancer any credit. You're giving yourself and the spirit of the love around you and the courage that you reached in when you were at your lowest point. And that is the spirit that you bring to somebody, and that is when you're done, you hand that off and say, you take this. You take this spirit that I had, and you come, and I hope this strengthens you. And I think that's why everyone is here, because we're giving that spirit to somebody else, and we're reaching out to get them stronger and push cancer back into the darkness where it belongs. Thank you.
Fred Reiss, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, the book, Today Cancer, Tomorrow the World, he'll have it here for sale. Also, because when he went through cancer, he was looking for books to help him, and they were pricey, and this one isn't, but he put it on as an ebook for 99 cents. So if you have some folks that would like to read it as an ebook, it's available there too. It's also available on Amazon. And it's everything you just heard. It's funny, touching, and the pictures are great. There's a lot of his butt. This is one of the most touching parts of the opening ceremonies. We're going to do the dove release. If everybody would like to come up, please.
The survivors that have the cards that are going to release the dove, come to the front right of the stage.
Let's see. I think so. Let's see.
I couldn't read it.